Emfuleni, one of the worst performing municipalities, spends R500,000 on overtime, much of it paid out during COVID. Celebrating a record pass rate for South Africa's 2024 matriculants. And bad sport, a hefty fine for tennis's Daniil Medvedev after throwing an epic temper tantrum on court. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
Political parties have congratulated the class of 2024 for their historic pass rate of 87.3%. But Build One South Africa has expressed reservations about whether it's a true reflection of the state of the country's education system. The party says the pass rate is misleading since more than 500,000 children who started school in 2013 didn't achieve a Matric certificate. It says the true pass rate is only around 51% of the 1.2 million grade ones in 2013, with only 615,000 reaching Matric.
There's nothing different between the ANC and the DA, which inflates these numbers for officialdom to look good.
This hasn't dampened the celebrations across the country. The oldest public school in Johannesburg, Jeppe High School for Boys, is celebrating a record-breaking Matric pass rate for the class of 2024. The school has achieved a perfect 100% with an 88% bachelor pass rate, one of the highest in Gauteng. This group broke records for the most bachelor passes and distinctions at 319,000.
We're extremely excited to have a 100% pass rate, probably more excited with our 88% bachelor pass, and very pleased that we got a number of our boys through who overcame significant challenges last year. So a very exciting day for all of us at Jeppe High School.
The principal of Fort Secondary School in Dobsonville, Soweto, says discipline is the key to obtaining a 100% Matric pass rate. Ukosi Mudavi has been leading the school from 2011 and says this is the first time he managed an overall success.
The learners, that when we instill discipline, they do listen to us and believe that whatever we are saying will lead them into a good path. We also have got teachers that are committed here. Teachers that know their subject. So we need that. Teachers must know the subject for themselves, and they must also know how to teach another person to can pass the examination.
The Western Cape has once again produced the country's top matriculant for the 7th time. Ryan Ibrahim from Pinelands High School is the country's top candidate out of nearly 1 million candidates who sat for the 2024 examinations. 8 more illegal miners have been retrieved from an abandoned gold mine in Stilfontein this morning. Phase 3 of an operation to bring hundreds of illegal miners back up to surface kicked off yesterday. It's the final part of a plan to shut down the illegal mining network operating at various shafts at the Bulletin mine in the northwest. More than 24 illegal miners were rescued yesterday, while 9 dead bodies were recovered. A cage has again been sent down to the shaft.
It's taken us 2 months to get to a point where we finally get to phase 3, which is the final stage of this particular operation to retrieve hundreds of illegal miners from the abandoned shaft here in Stilfontein. And what phase 3 entails, just to recap your memory, is sending down a cage, this capsule-looking cage down the shaft here in Stilfontein to retrieve about half a dozen odd or so illegal miners up at a time. It's then sent down hourly between the hours of about 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., possibly stretching it even to 10 p.m. It's netted about 30 illegal miners so far, and then about 6 dead bodies during the course of today alone. Now, to show you just how massive today is and the start of phase 3, the final stage, we've also had Petroleum and Mineral Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe finally setting foot here in Stilfontein after saying number of times that he likens this particular operation and the illicit mining activity to that of a bank heist, in fact, distancing himself in the past, saying it's out of his jurisdiction and it's within the hands of police. But because the operation has now been handed over to mine rescue experts, he says he now has jurisdiction to now step in and get an update from the mining experts about what has happened. We've also heard from the mining experts who are running the operation that there have been minor challenges in this operation, but nothing out of the ordinary. They've given themselves 10 days to undertake this operation, and after those 10 days, they'll then review how far they are and what then needs to happen from there. Nokukhanya Mdambo, Eyewitness News in Stilfontein, Northwest.
Cuba is the latest country after Ireland to back South Africa's genocide case against Israel by filing a declaration of intervention with the International Court of Justice. In its declaration to the court, Cuba is advocating for the enforcement of international obligations under the United Nations Genocide Convention. While the court has held oral hearings to determine provisional measures, it's yet to hear the main case, with Israel still to respond to South Africa's memorial filed with the court in October. This as negotiators again attempt to thrash out a ceasefire deal in Qatar in efforts to end the hostilities between Israel and Gaza that have been raging since Hamas's October 2023 attack on Israel. The tribunal investigating allegations of sexual harassment against Eastern Cape Judge President Selby Mbenenge has heard how he requested that a junior employee in his division undress for him. Andiswa Mengo, a secretary in the division at the time, says Mbenenge persisted with the unwelcome messages on WhatsApp. The tribunal is sitting for the second day of hearings in Rosebank as it investigates the claims against the senior judge. In one incident, Mengo alleges that the judge president told her to undress after she uploaded a photo on her WhatsApp status where she was wearing a dress. The bankrupt Emfuleni Municipality has spent more than R500 million on overtime payments to its employees over the past 5 years. This was revealed in a document sent to Gauteng Cogta MEC Jacob Mamabolo by Emfuleni's municipal manager. Emfuleni has paid between 91 million and 124 million annually on overtime since the 2019 financial year. Last year, the municipality was unable to pay its employees' September salaries on time because Eskom had attached its bank accounts due to non-payment of electricity supply. There are concerns that the municipality is spending excessively on overtime payments, especially considering its ranking as one of the lowest performing municipalities in the country. Even in 2020, when many of its employees worked remotely due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Emfuleni still paid out R102 million in overtime to its staff.
I believe that employees are colluding with their managers to steal from the municipality.
Police have deployed more officers to the Cape Town community of Nyanga after taxi-related violence this morning. One person was shot dead and at least 7 were wounded in a shooting near the local taxi rank. Several people are being questioned as part of a police investigation. Police have yet to confirm any arrests, but officers have confiscated 13 rifles and 7 handguns.
We have taken 17 people who will be taken for questioning, and they belong to certain security companies, and they are not from here. They are from the other provinces. So we're looking into that, how they landed up here.
Daniil Medvedev faces a hefty fine after mangling his racket and a net camera in an epic temper tantrum while battling through a 5-set roller coaster to start his Australian Open. The feisty Russian lost his cool in the 3rd set before rallying to beat 418th ranked Kazimierz Sumridge 6-2, 4-6, 3-6, 6-1, 6-2 on Rod Laver Arena. 5th seed Medvedev was 3-5 behind and on the brink of going down 2 sets to 1 down against the Thai player when he exploded, slamming his racket into the net camera repeatedly until they both became a broken mess. Medvedev is facing a big penalty. That's definitely not the way to do it. We'll see you for more again tomorrow.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.